slip. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I whipped, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you other busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief, shatter of past actions, I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water, but it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
What it do, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Sage back up in this thing with Squad Nero as always. T Smooth, Croco's Corner, and damn Nasty Nino. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. Here back at you again. It's episode 35 of season 3, which is technically episode 79. That much closer to that big 100. Gentlemen, how are we feeling? How are we feeling?
Long day, long day, long day, long day. I kind of wish we would have did this yesterday because it would have led into a great evening of Buffalo winning yesterday because we litty bum bitty and we fight till the end.
He been waiting. He been waiting to do that. And he be talking about me too. That's the crazy part. He be like, "Don't be talking shit."
But I wait till the end of the game. D, don't I wait till the end of the game?
That's
You're
even worse.
You got to talk your shit before the game, too.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's
Mm-mm.
really
zero,
yeah.
When it's 0-0, I talk all my shit. I make all my bets.
Yeah,
when it's
you
0-0.
did. Mm-hmm. And look what happened.
After the game, why? Because you can't be quiet before the game starts. You don't have the confidence in your team.
I'm about to give y'all a scenario what happened. When we scored that first touchdown, I called my boy up and I said, that's how we started. B2A. B2A. And then we started losing. So I just shut up for the rest of the game.
No, you got to keep talking.
You got to.
Nah, I couldn't do it. Nah,
yeah,
I was done.
Yeah. I feel quiet. I got quiet when we was getting cooked in that first half. I was like, all right, like, you can't do nothing. And then they started to slowly creep back up.
Jim Harbaugh needs to be drowned.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Wait, why does he got to be drowned?
Bruh.
He think it's the coach.
Derrick Henry fumbled, yes. Malachi Starks dropped the interception, yes. We got the worst right guard in NFL history, number 77, Lele, yes. Roquan Smith couldn't stop nobody. I don't know why he on the team still. I understand that. But when you have Derrick Henry, who rushed for 175 yards, Lamar Jackson, who on 3rd and long ran for 19 after being pushed back 20 yards, you punted to Josh Allen, who damn near scored a touchdown in a minute. You said, I'm going to have my faith in my defense, all these scamming ass Nigerians.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to just let them stop Josh Allen. And that was the worst shit you ever. You mean to tell me Derrick Henry couldn't get 3 yards?
It's a lose-lose situation. Because it's not to say that he couldn't get 3 yards, but it's like,
in a game like this,
depending on how complex their play caller is going to be, do you think Jim Harbaugh is like what is it? What is Mahomes' coach?
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Do you think he's going to be that level of to be like to pick a complex offensive call in that moment to get somebody open?
Not even that, but it's the fact that we have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Todd Monken as our offensive coordinator. So it's like I would rather live with the loss if we went for a 4th and 3rd and didn't get it than just punting the ball off, knowing our defense let a nigga throw 251 fucking yards in one quarter.
I mean, the defense
to receivers who wasn't shit last year. Niggas got Josh Palmer out there looking like Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman looking like Randy Moss.
Keon, they said he was going to step it up this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Keon was going to step it up. You know, rookie shit, but Josh Palmer who has regressed each year in the NFL, was out there looking like he was just a first-round draft pick. He probably was, but I'm like, no, our defense had the Bills receivers looking like they was just killing.
That's crazy.
Well, game one.
Lost $50 off of that damn game.
Never bet against the Bills. You never know what can happen.
I did last year, and I won $50 though.
What game was that?
The first game of the season when Derrick Henry had DeMar Hamlin on skates.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all were at home at that point.
Don't matter.
Home field advantage does make a difference.
Hey, that shit wasn't making a difference yesterday too. Jim Harbaugh was like, nah, it's the fourth quarter. Let's ease up on these niggas.
And Matt Prater said, boop, there go the field goal. We missed 2 field goals. Still put it off.
Y'all missed a lot of 2-point conversions too. I was surprised y'all kept missing them shits.
Here's the thing. When Keon caught that 2-point conversion, I was confused until they ran back the replay and he stepped out of bounds. I was like, come on, son. I was like,
that nigga was all out of bounds.
I'm like, this can't be it. And why would you try to catch the ball?
He made up for it. He didn't know. He probably did not know.
How do you not know? It's a giant white line. How do you not know? You get pushed.
In that process, like, niggas is just playing the game. Like, that shit is happening at light speed compared to how we looking at it. He probably didn't even notice. And if he caught that joint, he was all excited. He threw the ball to the ref. I was like, oh. And then there was like, I looked at the screen again. That joint said 19. I was like, hold on, wait, what happened? Hey, y'all got crazy last night. That man Derrick Henry, I'm scared to even meet them in the playoffs if we got to.
Oh,
as long as we play in Buffalo, I am confident.
It depends, because I don't think this has become turned into the Pat McAfee show. Real quick, y'all. Sorry about this. Who do y'all have in y'all division? Y'all don't have nobody crazy. I don't really believe in
the they got the Bengals,
Steelers.
Mm-hmm. We don't worry about Cleveland.
They got a harder schedule than we do. KC got a harder schedule than we do.
We play the Bengals and the Steelers twice.
Yeah.
I think really, if you got a competent team like the Ravens, if y'all play the Steelers this year, which I'm guessing y'all do, y'all probably gonna cook them both times. Y'all gonna cook them both times.
I don't know.
I think so. I don't have faith in Aaron Rodgers. They played the Jets,
Nigga,
and the Jets
we ran a cover 6 defense. Josh Allen threw that bitch through the middle how many times?
It's Josh Allen though at the same time.
But it's
Aaron Rodgers ain't Josh Allen right now.
That was Aaron Rodgers on the Jets. It's still
that's Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, bruh. Look at like no versus the Jets. It took them to the last possible moment to win. It's
coaching different though for the Jets. They a different team.
That's cool, and they got Justin Fields, which kudos to him. But do we really think the Jets is gonna be any type of shit? No offense, this season.
They might win like 5-6 games.
So no type of shit.
But no, we gonna see y'all niggas in the playoffs.
Hopefully not. Hopefully somebody play somebody in the first.
Hopefully y'all play the Chiefs first, so knock them out. I'll be happy with that.
That'll be best
the Chiefs better not. The Chiefs gonna be in the wild card. They're gonna lose.
Yeah. Who they got? They got the Chargers and who else on the? That's the only.
The Raiders and the Broncos.
Oh, Denver too. Denver is a sleeper. Didn't they win or did they lose?
Yeah, they did. They won.
They won. Oh Lord. Oh, they at the bottom of their joint right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one game. All right. Nonetheless, welcome back to Squad Nero. We got a couple topics here for you today. It's probably gonna be a short podcast today. Outside of that brief sports segment, we got Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo release, a sequel to the infamous Jujutsu Kaisen, which is in the running right now, anime-wise, but has been finished for the manga for, I want to say, has it been a year? Or has it been a couple months?
It's been a year.
A year? Around a year. And the coming up season 3 on the Culling game starts in anticipations / predictions. We got Borderlands 4 dropping this week as well. And then James Gunn has announced the Man of Tomorrow announcement, which will be the sequel for the Superman series, if I'm not mistaken.
And Demon Slayer.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Demon Slayer releases this week, doesn't it?
Yes,
Gentlemen,
Yes, Thursday.
I apologize for y'all. The heck just happened? Y'all good?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'm
get
good.
hacked.
I don't know. Like everything just went doo 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 doo. But
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry, y'all console heads got to wait till Friday to play Borderlands. I'll be playing on Thursday.
That's okay.
PC?
You a
I
fiend.
don't
PC?
think I would be. I wouldn't have the time anyways.
Man, Thursday.
Niall said, I got work, nigga.
Yo,
Right.
Thursday, I'm gonna be like, I can't make the rehearsal. I can't make rehearsal.
You gonna
Sorry,
skip
y'all.
choir rehearsal to play Badlands?
Nah, don't go all crazy fire into the game, cause I don't know how that's gonna play. How that work? How that work?
You wanna know how that work? I'll just be playing my story, and then I can jump into y'all when y'all start and kill everything.
If you hop at a different time, it keep doing that thing.
Yo,
I think.
And I'm thinking of Hell Divers.
is somebody
Hold
jumping
on.
in and out?
I'm thinking
What?
you're talking
It's
about
like
Hell
tweaking.
Divers this whole time.
Yeah, it's tweaking like crazy.
Right. That's okay. That's not just you. That's me too.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's Discord.
Yeah, it could be just Discord.
All right, but like I was saying, yeah, I get to play at noon on Thursday because we Liddy Bomb Biddy.
So I'm about to. So if I play the game and record it by myself, when I go to play with y'all, what happens at that point? Is it just wherever you left off with in your certain chapter? Whoever is like the host of the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
literally, I could just jump in and then when I get, let's say I pass that point, all my missions would carry over into my game.
So what happens if, like, say you, all right, let's say you and Rob ahead of me,
Well, and we
and
jump in
I
yours,
hop in the game, does it?
You'll be where we're at in the story.
Oh, it'll just skip me. It'll just
Yeah.
skip me all the way to wherever y'all at.
Well, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. When you jump back in yours, you'll complete those missions, but then it'll be like, oh, you completed these missions already. I'll be right back, yo.
Okay.
Is this joint? So this is like, I don't want to say Call of Duty,
No.
but it's a multiplayer joint.
Is it kind of like a
Yeah,
Destiny?
it's kind of like a. Yeah, like it's like horror. It's hordes of villains. It's got a storyline to it.
Okay.
It's you could play with multiple people. Each it's like different characters that got different abilities or like specials. So that's kind of like the
Yeah, I see.
classes in there. It's a silly game, but
Yeah, I
it is
see.
a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun. I usually a game like that, if it was any other game, I would get bored of it playing it by
Yeah.
myself. But they add enough mechanics into it that it's kind of like Wolfenstein or Doom for me. Like those are series where I could just get into it. I could play that myself and have a good old time.
Okay.
But you could also play with people in this case and have a great time.
Why it come out on PC earlier then?
I think that's just how it go. Rob could maybe speak to that better than I can.
You
So
say,
shit
say
just
that
come
again?
out on PC earlier?
Yeah.
Why does it come out on PC earlier?
It just depends, to be honest with you. I'm guessing
Oh.
it's probably going to be they're probably have a huge base of PC players. I don't really know the lore
Okay.
behind Borderlands like that, but I'm guessing since they have the release like this, I'm guessing more PC people are going to be inclined to play the game in comparison to console gamers. Supposedly, console gamers don't even really be playing a game like that. Like they have their one or two games that they focus, and that's really it.
That is really how it goes.
They don't try new games or anything like that.
For PC, just 2 games?
No, for console players, so like Xbox, more so PlayStation, but Xbox, they've seen trends in that way as well, where I believe like the majority of people are just playing like the same two basic games, like a 2K or Madden or anything
Yeah.
of that nature.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that is crazy. All that money for a console, niggas playing 2K and Madden and Call of Duty?
The crazy thing is if you put more money down, you probably get a better shit. At some point in time, these niggas just gonna create a computer.
Right.
A big ass fucking computer. Just like the regular PCs. Now they just gonna be on the market.
That's where it's It might not. It might be like focused on
stylish
video
computer.
games. Yeah, and it
Okay,
might
yeah.
have like a focus where it's like, yeah, yo, this got Windows, it's got all of the stuff on it, but this is really just meant for gaming, which they already pretty much do that. But I just that's what
Yeah.
I feel like, yo, Xbox, PlayStation, only one that's not gonna happen with, I think for a fact, is Nintendo. That's they bag. They system and they setup is
It's more
what
like
they
with the
gonna
Switch and
do.
shit.
Yeah, like they gonna always have something like that. Cause you're not doing a whole PC setup for your 8-year-old child, and half the games is capable
Okay.
for an 8-year-old to play. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion, though. I absolutely could be wrong, and they could do something, and I'm like, I never would have thought of that. I'm not gonna put that past them.
Is there anything specific that you're looking towards? I'm sorry if I missed it. For this one now, since you
Borderlands?
you played the previous ones, right?
Yeah. It's just enjoyable. It's just like a fun horror shooter. And then the thing that I think I'm looking forward to more into this one is that Borderlands is like a lot, like they in the past have had like an expansive map, and like there's areas for you to explore. But the way that they doing it in this one is to a level that the Borderline franchise has never seen. They even have outside of like the horror aspect of it, which is really something where when you go into a new area, you kind of get a wave of enemy. It's not a horde in the traditional sense that like a zombie game would per se be. Just to kind of give you an idea of the scale of the game, they're
Mhm.
gonna have it where you can enter onto a base, like an enemy base, from several different places within the map. So like you could catch the enemy off guard from by entering from behind where the base is at, or you could just go in through the front door. It's so like massive of a map that they able to do that uh throughout the entire thing. I don't know whether, like, I'm not deep, like T probably can answer this better than I can, but the weapon system is something where I guess fans had, in terms of like upgrades and stuff like that, I guess fans had a harder time enjoying it, just because they felt like, I don't know whether it was too easy to get or what, but the way that they have it set up now is going to make it more rewarding, essentially, when you like unlock a weapon or do a certain mod, or you happen to get a certain, let's just say, DLC content that involves a weapon or something like that. It's going to be completely different and more where you going to be like, all right, I had to work to get this. I didn't just find it in some random location.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense because I hate playing a game and it's like, oh, this is a cool weapon. You're like, damn, that was kind of easy because it's like, I don't know, you don't feel as rewarding doing
Yeah.
that. So I guess making it more of a challenge does make sense.
TMI, is that wrong for me and to kind of elaborate on even that point with the weapon system? It feels like, the way from what I've been able to pick up on with this Borderlands, it feels like there's so many different areas where the game is it's going to be more rewarding for fans in terms of why they playing it. Do you think would you agree with me, T, in that, or would you say, nah, there's other iterations that have done that better?
What was the question again? My bad, Niall.
We were just talking about aspects of Borderlands that like I was looking forward to as somebody who's played other versions of Borderlands, and I was saying to them, like one of the things was the actual how large and massive the land is actually in this game, and how you can attack bases and whatnot from different areas. You could either come in from behind, going from front. It's just they really expanded it in a way that they haven't before. And then
Jesus Lord.
all right, yes, I knew that was coming. I was trying to like figure out where it was going to be in this statement, but anyways, pause. But the other thing that I said is, it seems like they revamped the weapon system to just make it a little bit more rewarding in terms of what weapons you actually like, how you get the weapons, when you get the weapons, and what modifications are available to you as you progress throughout the game. It seems as if it's more rewarding.
Yeah. My whole thing is I'm looking forward to I just want to expand the story because literally um three was good, but it wasn't as good as 2 story wise. I need a better end game than what we got in 3, and that nonsense Tiny Tina. But Tiny Tina was good. It was just that DLC that kind of killed it. But yeah, Borderlands comes like with the wild wackiness of what they do, and they give us a very good expanded story. That this game will be a 9 out of 10. I won't say 10 out of 10 because no game is a 10 out of 10 unless it's Madden 05.
He said
Yeah.
Madden 05. That was a
PS2.
10 out of 10. Yes,
Mhm.
sirski.
Yes, sir.
Who was on Madden 05?
Michael
That's the
Vick.
one Michael
Donovan
Vick on the
McNabb.
cover?
Yeah, I think Vick was on the cover there.
Oh, Vic. Shit.
What the fuck?
What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know
what
why that keep
is.
happening. I don't think it's us though.
Discord.
Nah,
It's gotta
can't
be.
It was Ray Lewis, man, 2005.
Oh yeah, that's when they introduced his stick. Yes, that was the best one.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. That his stick had everybody in the headlock.
Yeah, that was a chokehold.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, anything else on Borderlands 4?
Isn't this a movie too, or no? I'm tripping. Or a show or
It's
something?
like a TV show.
Yeah, who's when did the TV show come out? Is that what y'all talking about last year?
You know about Borderlands?
Okay,
You talking about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. No. Don't even try to watch that. It's not even worth it.
How about y'all said the
not
TV
even
show was
worth it.
good?
No,
No.
the movie.
What
was
we talking
trash.
about was no. I think what you thinking of though, D, is
Something dead.
oh no. It's the nuclear bomb shelters. Why can't I not
Fallout.
think of the name? Fallout.
Yeah,
thank you.
Fallout. Okay. Here we go.
All right. Nothing else. Borderlands 4. Look out for that coming out July this Thursday, July 11th. July 11th.
September 11th.
September
July.
11th? Whoa, my bad.
Yo, I looked
Long
at my
day.
phone like, hold up.
It's July.
That's that long. This has been a long day.
Oh shit. September
said
11th
July?
coming out on PC. September 12th this Friday coming out on consoles. Interesting update. Our main man Gege Akutami has came back out of wherever he's been at, probably slaving away. Coming back with a sequel to Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. I'm guessing that's how they pronounce it. I don't know. Quick thoughts real quick. If you haven't read it, you don't want to be spoiled. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to spoil it. It's a big release. It's one chapter. Like, you probably could have found the time to read it by now. It's Monday night. It came out yesterday, right? I think it came out yesterday.
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
it came out yesterday.
real quick to summarize some things. Aliens are now a part of Jujutsu Kaisen world. It is 2080, I believe, in present time in the manga. Yuta just died. Sad, I know, but he lived to be a long life. Maki died before him. Maki was his wife as well. They had children, and then they had grandchildren, and the story is about their grandchildren. And I believe one of the aliens that has came to befriend them, and I guess come with them because the aliens have the same powers as the Jujutsu sorcerers. So an interesting dynamic. It hasn't gotten into any action yet as of right now. I can't remember the I think it's Osaka. Is it Osaka? Has anybody read it yet?
Red.
Not all the way.
Jujutsu
Oh, the
Kaisen
chapter?
Modulo.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
There you go. Let me look this up real quick.
Ain't that what you were saying? I think that was Naya that likened it to Dan to Dan with the aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a question though. Wasn't I'm not a Naruto person. I never seen it. So I thought people said at the end of Naruto they said they had aliens at the end or something.
They did.
Yeah.
How did that tie into the story, like with the ninjutsu and all that?
If you being honest, I feel like me personally, and a lot of people probably most likely don't agree with me. Me personally, I didn't think it was too much of a hassle. Like I can understand it. This power
Okay.
came from somewhere. Foreign
Yeah.
entities brought it, cultivated it on the life, and for whatever reason, the Earth just yields a super powerful chocolate fruit. So
Okay.
it made sense how they brought it up, and if you're like keen to the lore, then you know that they were foreshadowing it probably or Easter egging it a couple of times throughout the entire Naruto series, but they didn't flesh it out until closer to the end. So
Okay.
I feel like most people don't like it though.
No,
A
I
lot
feel
of
like
people did not
JJK
like it.
seems. Yeah, they probably didn't. But JJK seems foreign in the sense where having aliens doesn't seem too far fetched, especially when you got people like Hanami or Jogo. Like, granted, they're cursed spirits, but I mean, aliens could possibly come from, like another dimension or something, or another plane of existence. But I don't think it's too far fetched in JJK at all.
I just had an epiphany too. This is literally this Naruto. I don't know if you can add Bleach onto it as well. Probably not. I guess. Even probably One Piece too. They're all following one formula of a super popular anime that we watched growing up. Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Literally.
Who was the
It's
aliens
it's
in that?
the
Oh, the Saiyans.
Goku.
Piccolo was the first alien to pull up.
Yeah.
Piccolo was there, and then after Piccolo, that was when Goku was a kid, if I'm not mistaken.
Then you got all of the Kais,
Then you got Frieza,
Goku and Vegeta, Frieza. Yeah.
all of them. So, and the Naruto creator, I can't remember, Masashi Kishimoto, he said that he always looked up to the Dragon Ball author. I can't remember his name, but he passed away. I'm sorry about that.
Akira Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama. There we go. R.I.P.
Mhm.
He always looked up to him, and he always wanted an aspect of his manga in his, and that's what brought the idea to bring aliens to there. And if we're looking at basically every other series, almost at least the main ones, Jujutsu Kaisen, now they're going the alien aspect. It's just a easier way to boost up the power level. Boruto has done that and now has expanded upon that as well in a cohesive manner where, all right, this doesn't feel like an ass pull anymore type of thing. And just
Yeah.
like you said, D, I agree with you saying that it seems like a very understandable, although it did shock the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. First page is the alien shit. So
Oh,
I'm like,
Yeah.
nigga, what?
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm like, what? So it is a little like jarring at first, but it doesn't seem too crazy. These niggas is making power. Sakuna made a power that a shrine will pull up and would shred anything within a certain radius, depending on how he felt, what type of mood he was in at that point in time. And then pulled something out of a box and lit niggas on fire after that. A nuclear explosion type. So I'm not really too surprised that aliens are now, and they have the same powers as well. I can't remember the names, Sumerians or something like that, Sumerians or something like that.
He getting a little too close to Dragon Ball.
I'm curious though, because now like Dan to Dan as well. I missed that one as in a comparison, but when you get to those, it's more fuel to be used to create a better story. I feel like some people they try to box themselves in specifically to a specific way you want to be something. Like just imagine Naruto just stayed ninjas. Obviously it'd be cool, yeah, if it just stayed ninjas and that was it. But now you have another opportunity for niggas to get even stronger. Like at the end of the Naruto Shippuden series, Naruto and Sasuke was the strongest on the earth. Wasn't nobody fucking with them. So you need to bring more fuel for the fire and more lore type of thing. So I'm fucking with it. Would y'all give it a read? Are y'all satisfied? Are y'all happy
Yeah.
that Gay is coming back?
I'm gonna definitely give it a
Yeah.
read. I wish they fleshed out the Maki shit. Didn't they not flesh out Maki's story in JJK though?
What you mean?
Like when she went back to I don't know. I keep forgetting. I ain't reading it so long. Not the dojo. But
When
the
she went
Maki
back
was
to her
supposed to have-
family,
Yeah.
yeah, she killed all of them. Spoiler alert.
I'm saying, didn't they?
It's
Yeah.
actually
I
in
thought
this
it was-
season.
Didn't they flesh it out more? They left it on like a cliffhanger, I thought, in JJK.
Nah,
Like a lot of stuff wasn't fleshed out.
Nah,
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure she
her.
murked all them. Yeah, she murked all them niggas.
Murked the whole family.
Murked
Yeah,
the whole
It
family.
was just her. It was just her for her clan. It was the blood dude. He didn't die, right?
Choso didn't die until spoiler alert again. I'm sorry. We talking about JJK Medulla. If you haven't finished JJK by now,
Yeah, like
I'm
if you ain't
sorry.
read it, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
Chozo died?
Choso died. He died in the Sukuna fight.
When
But
did he
not
fight
him,
Sukuna?
not that blood
At the
user, the
end.
other one.
At the end of JJK or the end of season 2?
At the end of JJK.
The end of the JJK.
Oh, I
in
keep
the
forgetting
in the
everybody was fighting
Shinjuku showdown. He sacrificed himself in order to save Yuji with that blood ball.
But not him. I mean the other one. The one we met.
one of the other
that
niggas.
was with the school.
Oh, with the kind of like the hair.
The one that kept saying salmon?
No,
No, not him.
no, that's
Oh, the
another
other
guy.
blood-
like Ross,
other
the
blood
one with the
dude.
hair. and
Yeah.
he got like the little.
He was a part of
him.
Jujutsu High, I think.
Yeah,
But
Or
yeah.
was-
he survived, right?
yeah, no, I don't think so. I think the only Zenin family member that survived was Megami.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't Zenny. No, he was the other
Yeah, yeah,
family.
he
Remember,
wasn't.
he was the last house. Cause you
Some shit
had
like that.
you had the Zenins, then you had Gojo's tribe, then you had the Blood Dude's tribe, then you had Maki's tribe, or Maki was Zenin, right? Yeah, so it was just
Maki, yeah.
it was those three. It was the blood tribe, blood bending tribe, Gojo's tribe, and then Megami's tribe, the Zenin tribe. That's the only one I know the name of.
Mhm.
Naoya.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
she killed him. But then remember, he
No,
came back.
that was her. That was Zenin, not him. So okay, remember when he came back? Remember the dude she was with when he came back. When Naoya came back as in that whole part. Yeah. Remember who she was with? He was of the other family. Cause remember, what's his name? The big bad. Not Sukuna. That's not Sukuna. What's his name?
Kenjaku.
Kenjaku. Remember Kenjaku took over the clan head because he had ties back to it? That was
Yeah.
the Blood clan. That wasn't the Zenin clan. That was the Blood clan that he took over as the leader of.
Oh, okay, I got you now. Damn.
But I really can't remember whether that guy died. Did he die? See, so now you can answer this for me, maybe. The other dude, did he die during the Naoya fight?
Naoya? Or are you talking
Yeah.
about the other?
Not him, the other dude. Did he die? Or did Maki defeat him and they both lived?
I'm not gonna lie. It's been so
I'm even forgetting
long.
why she killed her family.
Because they
'Cause
sacrificed their sister.
They wasn't.
Oh, the
Sugar
sister she
Honey
turned into a
Iced
weapon,
Tea.
right?
Yeah, they sacrificed their sister. What was it? Yeah. Oh. I think they were just trying to kill them, I believe, and Maki was trying to protect her. And her sister got in the way, or I think saved her. I can't remember. Allowed her to awaken her true heavenly restriction. I gotta figure out. Damn, I might gotta reread all of this.
I know. It's
I'm about
like
to say,
honestly,
damn.
like once you get past a year for me, not even. Once you get past like 8 months of me being removed from it completely, like no watching, no
Yeah.
She killed
reading.
everybody, including non-combatant servants and children.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
on. Yeah, she went demon. Yeah, like she didn't care. It was game over.
Servants and children.
She's
Jesus.
everybody. Everybody.
Oh my goodness. Keep in mind, Gojo's still locked up. Locked up, they won't let me out.
Yeah,
Wait,
she did
Gojo's
not
still locked
care.
up in that prison joint?
Yeah, he been locked up this whole entire time.
Wait. You not talking? Wait, after he escaped the Yeah, Niall, right. I ain't read this shit in so long, bro.
He didn't escape until
Bro, it'd
literally
be-
right before the final fight. Literally right before the final fight.
Yeah.
He escapes. They fight a little
After
bit.
everything hit the fan.
Yeah, and then they was like, "Come back at this date, and then we'll settle this once and for all." And
Wait,
then
so
they
he
did the
was locked in
timestamp.
that cube, fought Sukuna, and then had to go back to the cube?
No. He was free
He
from
was
the
free.
cube
Yeah,
to fight Sukuna.
it was basically like a training period.
And then he went back to the cube.
No,
No.
he never went back.
Well,
to
he
the
went
cube.
to another place.
That man, I wish he was here. He could hear it. Oh man, that man
I don't, know,
got
I don't know why I keep thinking Gojo died.
He did. That was the final fight. So remember, he got released from the cube. He fought Sukuna a little bit and Kenjaku. Technically, they were both there, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then they were like, "I don't want to do this right now. Let's do this at a later date." And it was like, "All right, peace." They dipped off, trained, and they came back and fought. And that's the Shinjuku Showdown, which is the final arc of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Damn, we got about what, 2 more seasons before we get there?
No, honestly, when looking at it, if they do the 25 episode release, which is what I think they're doing, somebody has to correct me as to whether or not they did that in the last one. But if they do a 25 release series, it's I think it's going to be wrapped up in 2 seasons. Cuz I think they may be able to do one half is one part of, like, one half would be one part, the cuz all of it is culling games. So I'm thinking it might be 6, right? And mind you, the part that's not called the culling games, they include it in the anime's culling games. So like right now in the anime, there's the confrontation between Yuji and Yuta. That is technically, by the manga standards, that is technically before culling games, but they're calling this season culling games part 1. So what I think is going to happen is I think culling games is going to be like maybe as many as 6 parts, and part 1 and part 2 will be covered in this season. And that now you might be right. It might be 3-4 season. It might be, because the Sukuna fight.
That should drag
not
for a minute,
let's get away from exactly. Let's get away from the Gojo side of it. Because the Gojo side of it could easily be half a season. Not half, but
I
that
think
could
they
be like the last. That could be like a good 4 to 5.
I think they're gonna be
episodes.
like 2-3 episodes.
That's
I
crazy.
think 3 episodes would be the max.
Maybe
for the fight.
Because keep in mind, we was reading this. It's gonna be a lot quicker than that in comparison
than
to
how it was
we
in
were.
reading. That's true. But
So-
okay, but here's my thing. Do you think that it can close a season? Or that it'd be likely to close a season? That might even be the better way to say it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I could 100% see they gonna leave it on that cliffhanger.
Oh no,
I think they're gonna leave that on a cliffhanger right
If they
there.
did that, niggas would be highly upset.
Oh, you can't leave that shit on a cliffhanger.
You can't, because the fighting continues right after that. I would understand if there was like a pause or break or something like that, but niggas is gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Because again, we gonna see
They
all
was
of
pissed
this.
with the manga. You ain't
They
lying.
was pissed with the manga. That's just gonna amplify even more. You draw this out, you envision this, and then you want to put it on the screen, have me watch this for an hour 30 minutes of my life, watch my goat get packed up, watch a lot of people's goats get packed up,
and then wait 2 years.
and then wait 2 years for another movie. Oh nigga,
year and a half.
it'd be pandemonium.
Could you okay, let me ask you this. Could you see them? Nah, because it'd be the same thing. They can't do that fight in a movie, because then the movie leaving you on a cliffhanger. Unless it were to be going right into the season. Like the movie is the part that come before, and then you end up getting that animated as to start the season.
Okay. Now that
We
you
got a
say it
movie
that way.
coming out?
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm trying to think of
After
how
the
they
season?
would.
They do use the
because
movies, though.
that fight would give me a good idea. Like, wherever that fight ends will be able to give me a better idea of how many more seasons Jujutsu Kaisen has. Because if that fight happens at the end of a season, then that whole next season, like the season after that will probably be the finale season, and that whole season would just be everything that happened with Sukuna after that.
Yeah.
And that honestly, that could probably take up a whole season. That Sukuna fight was like, I give you Gojo is too short, but that Sukuna fight was a minute.
And that shit, yo, when they animated, bro, I think a lot of people gonna switch on the ending once they see it animated. I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly believe that. Cause
We gonna have
niggas
to take
think
a cut too.
niggas think that it was just a cakewalk. They gonna show just how demon this man Sukuna. I mean, technically they showed it this past season. He made grown men and a panda stop in their tracks and said, "Don't move until I clap my hands," like they was some dancing monkeys.
Yeah, bro.
Like, bro,
Sukuna fought like what, 12 people?
yo,
That mean,
was
yo,
a
that mean
lot.
the fight's gonna look crazy, but like the dialogue in the season, I think the animation gonna be a little down like it was last year. Like when we got to that Chozo fight, animation was top tier. But like after that and before that, it was a little, not gonna lie, it was a little grainy, it was a little choppy.
I think it's money. I think it's money because Rob and I
No,
was saying
facts.
the same thing about Kaiju number 8, because the last season for Kaiju number 8 was on fire.
yeah.
But then this season, it's like,
It
But
looked
that
like
was
they
towards
put.
the end though.
Well,
looked like-
here's the thing. With Kaiju number 8 at this point in the story, it's that moment where they're trying to build up to the big fight that we get to in the latter end of the manga. So that build up is going to be very slow. It might be a little bit boring, but they're building something up. They gave us heat in the beginning because it's heat in the beginning of the manga. So right now we had heat in those first couple episodes when he fought Homegirl's daddy. And now it's
yeah,
at the
it was
point where,
good, but it just didn't feel like
The
it was
animation
as
still-
good animation
yeah, but
wise
it's just
as
like
season 1.
But here's the thing, though, you're never gonna get crisp animation all the way through. You're not at all. Like for
No,
example,
I agree.
Blue
That's
Lock.
true.
For example, Blue Lock season 1 animation heat. Season 2,
A little bit of a fall off.
Yeah, it was a
I
little
get
bit
what
of a
you're
fall
saying.
off.
If it's not like something major that's happening in the story that they know is going to probably capture everybody, because that's the thing that kind of suck about us as anime fans for like the business side of it. At least the international market. I won't speak on the Japanese market, but you got people who watch anime on a weekly basis, and then you got people who wait till the season end. And it's like the people who wait till the season end, it's like, it's cool, but you're not exactly helping the numbers that I maybe need, that the top heads at my production company or whatever is looking for. They probably looking for like, yo, how many people opening and watching this? It's like if everybody said when an animated movie come out, I'm gonna just wait till it get on Crunchyroll. Well, I need numbers for people in the theater. Y'all gotta show up. So that's the thing too that I think that probably, to your point, play a part. Is this a season where people might wait until the end of the season to actually fully consume it? Or is there a higher level of people like that might be at play in this season? I would argue if it was any season with Kaiju number 8, knowing that it's probably going to be wrapped up by season 3, this might be the season to binge at the end.
Yeah. Kaiju number 8, we know that latter half, fire.
Yeah.
Because you gotta look at how season 1 ended. That when Homeboy was fighting the one monster he ends up linking up with later on down the line. Spoiler alert. But I didn't really give who it was.
He linked up with Kaiju 9?
You talking about the dude that doesn't use any guns?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in the latter half. That's gonna be heat.
Lord.
It's just right now we don't get to see that now, and they're just, because remember the building got destroyed, so now everybody's split apart. So everybody's having their moment, their training arc. Literally, this is the training arc for Kaiju number 8. It's boring, but it's a build up. You just gotta eat through it. That's the problem. So the animation is not. They're gonna be very lackadaisical on the animation, but we know season 3. When that drops,
It's gonna be heat.
it's gonna be crazy. It's
Yeah.
gonna
It look
be
like
crazy.
it's gonna be 2 seasons after this.
You think so?
Yeah, because
They get into it kind of
They
fast.
got a fight in the first time, and then they get their ass whooped. If I'm not mistaken.
So they're gonna fight him the first. That'll probably be the end of this one. If they do
I don't
that.
know. It's
Y'all
that's the
say
thing
fight
about
him
it
the
is it's
first
so
time. I'm
short.
tripping. Like, it's not Kaiju 9 they fighting?
Yeah, it
Kaiju
is. But Kaiju 9. They fight Kaiju 9, but he makes other kaijus as well. So he built a whole team specifically
Yeah.
to counter all of the main power users.
Mhm.
But they be running through. All
So
I'm
it's
saying though,
like-
Rob, is they be running through that. Like them smaller kid, like kaijus, they be running through them fast in the anime.
But at the like I said, the latter half they don't. They don't.
I think all of these are supposed to be like some top tier, like 8 to 9 on the scale of fortitude for kaijus, though. So it's gonna be some shit like the very first monster that went through. So they're not going, because there was a lot of backstory and character development in the process for all of those people that came to try and fight those things, if I'm not mistaken. So I think they're gonna milk that and then do another season and then finish it all off. After, I think they train. Do they train some more too? They do train some more too. And Kafka comes up with his own fighting style, and then that's when he's able to kill him. And that's when he finally understands the kaiju that entered his body, what it was about, what it was made from, and why it
You
picked
could
him.
be right. I just don't know. When we get the trailer for season 3, then I'll have a better idea. Cause you could be right. They could slow walk it, especially if like we really get into the very end. Which again, it's not much story with Kaiju number 8 in comparison to like Attack on Titan or like another series where it's like a long, like this is running for a while. Even like My Hero Academia, it's not even on the level of that chapter wise. So but you could be right. Now that they know that they getting closer to the end, they maybe could split it, milk the money out of it. We know that that's what they gonna do. They gonna figure out some type of way to milk money out of it, whether it's a movie, whether it's a core, whether it's a whatever. They gonna figure something out.
The name of the game.
Yeah.
Damn, what else? I had a thought. I forgot.
I am excited though for that. I know our original topic was this new JJK spinoff. I am excited for that. I am curious to see how them going from the alien, like going from like curses to it. That's why I think it reminds me. Like that's the thing. It's like Dan to Dan seemed like such a weird thing to compare it to, but the setup is so similar in regards to like, and at least for this new series, curses, aliens, and it's like you get a mix of both. They just do everything real silly. But with JJK, we know that it's not going to be silly. It's more serious. So I'm just really, especially with the enjoyment that I've had with Dan to Dan, and that, I usually don't get too into sillier anime. As of recent though, they've been crushing it with the sillier anime. A lot of it you could tell that Gintama had a massive impact on anime culture. But besides the point, the fact that yes, I get it in the sillier light with Dan to Dan, to be able to see what that's going to exactly translate into for a series like Jujutsu Kaisen is very interesting. Cause like, what are these aliens going to be on? And is it going to be powers? Like, is the system of powers going to be similar to curses? Curses were very grounded. Like when you even think about the ending of the Sukuna fight, Sukuna was breaking down. He was like, essentially, I'm a genius at sorcery, but this still got its repercussions. All of those, what were they called? Like, what was they had a specific name for like the repercussions of when you did certain curse techniques. I just can't remember what it was called.
Binding vow.
Thank you. Like, it was grounded. The idea of binding vows and whatnot, it was like, okay, yeah, things like you're not just using this OP power. This OP power might come with a caveat. It might come with a drawback, and then that drawback was the binding vows in a way. Like, okay, what are you gonna do to be able to do this? What are you gonna do with that with aliens? You know, like, do they have the same restrictions?
They have the same powers. It seems like a lot of people would assume they have the same restrictions, but it seems like these aliens, the powers originated from these aliens for whatever reason, and that's the reason why I'm guessing some Japanese people, probably some aliens, drifted off from the same people and they came to Earth and repopulated, but only repopulated in Japan for whatever reason, and now
Okay.
their
Oh,
negative
so they about to.
emotions, because
Oh, it's about to be 50 Gojos.
it's not throughout the world type of thing. I don't believe that jujutsu energy is prominent. They said it in this actual first chapter from Medulla that Japan is strictly like it's a astounding amount in comparison to the rest of the world of how much jujutsu sorcery energy they have. So it seems like the people of Japan came from this lineage of aliens, possibly. That's what I'm assuming.
And
It's
since they the
different.
OGs,
Yeah.
oh, yo, and Sukuna on the ship, right? Like new Sukuna, he on the ship, right? He that dude on the ship.
Yeah, that nigga look crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even know what he about to
Wait,
be on.
Like,
Sukuna's in this too?
No, but they got
He's
like
talking about
Sukuna
in
2.0.
comparison. Yeah, he
It's
looked
a dude.
like
He definitely is. He looked like he's Sukuna.
he
Like
reminds
he
me of like
looked like,
Sukuna fused with a Momoshiki for whatever reason, with the
yeah,
horns and
like bro, he
everything
about
like
to,
that.
yeah, bro, he about to be on something. If he gonna be worse than Sukuna, which is hard to imagine, it's hard to picture somebody that's worse than Sukuna. But if he is worse than Sukuna, and the lore is around the idea of these aliens having access to these abilities, likely before sorcerers did, bruh.
Imagine, can you
I'm trying to find what
imagine
this nigga look like.
if they did the funniest thing? I'll share my screen real quick. They could do the funniest thing. Gege could do the funniest thing and bring back Sukuna. And I'm guessing he's not gonna be the same Sukuna as he was before. And have him fight up against
Uh,
these niggas to see if he's really that nigga. I would
this shit in color
love.
too?
It's
They
just
usually
these
always
first.
do that for the one shots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just his first ones, and then it goes to
Black
black
and
and
white.
white. Yeah, and then
Nah,
that's
this nigga look crazy. Like
oh man,
Steppenwolf or
Yuta.
something.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's nah, bruh.
That's Yuta?
that's oh hold on. Yeah, Yuta
Oh, so the
is
aliens are
Yuta's right there.
humanoid. Okay.
Kind of, yeah. You can say that, but obviously they have some differentiations because a couple of these niggas have the third eye, which I'm pretty sure is that Buddhist?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that from?
Yeah, it's a couple of cultures I feel like that do that. I feel like Confucianism got a little of that.
Mhm.
Buddhism, Hinduism, all of them. All of those have that third
Yeah,
eye.
So
so
this on some like Shi'ar Empire type shit. I'm thinking they like aliens how they were in Day. No, they these humanoid niggas. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
think in a sense like how they would explain how they use jujitsu was kind of like how probably not the best explanation, but how Thor said in the MCU, like we call it magic. Like Earth calls it
yeah,
magic, but Asgard we call it science. It's like it's just a
yeah,
higher form of science that they
Yes.
using for okay.
yeah. So
Yes.
in that first chapter, they actually talk about it and they converse amongst each other and be like, they call it sorcery down here, and everybody's like, what? Like that's what they call it. So they're just using a derivative of what they've been honing for their entire lives. And JJK was based off of Buddhist philosophy and imagery as well. I thought about it because of the Dharma wheel for Maharaga and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it seems like since these people have that third eye, and I don't know, technically Sukuna had 4 eyes, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 eyes, so he might still be more powerful than them niggas. Nonetheless, I'm curious
Yeah, bring that nigga back.
Then
because
that's you just brought up a good point though too, but keep going. I'm sorry.
it opens up the door for how we can get something that we wanted to see in that first JJK, and that was the
Merger
fucking
monster.
the merger monster.
Oh yeah.
If they
That's
try to do
probably
that,
nothing for them. It might be nothing for them. That might just be like a pet
because
on their planet.
they said something specifically. They said, "Oh, these people specifically will be better to assimilate, or we could assimilate, or they could assimilate to us." If I'm not mistaken, they said it very vague, like where you look at it and you read it, you like these niggas up to some nefarious deeds. And a lot of people right now in Japan, a lot of children are getting stolen because they're using jujutsu sorcerers and their energy as like fuel now. So like what
Yeah, now
better
that the
way than to
world
go
privy.
full Aaron mode, call the fucking rumbling, aka the merger monster, and just have all of that shit just spoil disaster and jujutsu sorcery all over the
You
place.
might be on to something too, because I feel like that was such. I feel like if like Gege, that didn't sit well with Gege, especially like he was sick and it was a lot going on at that time when he was finishing up Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like for him to go into this new spin-off series so quickly after it finished is probably like, yeah, he wanted to flesh something out like the merger monster, and this is the way that he's gonna do it. I could 100% see that possibly being the case. Because that was a weird thing to have in there, right? Like we talked about it. It was kind of this expectation that we were going to see it, and then we didn't see it. The other point, though, that you brought up, though, Sage, is that you got that kind of piqued my interest as well with this. Is what like you said, a lot of the sorcery stuff that we saw in JJK was based around like Eastern culture-ish religions and such, like
Mhm.
Buddhism and Hinduism, etc. What if that's the basis for the humans? What would the basis like? What is the nexus or basis for the aliens? And is it, to D's point, is it more scientific? Because that kind of would make sense that they
So
would be looking at it more on a molecular level.
they could be doing that, or they could just technically, like you're saying, a molecular level, they would have a better understanding of this. Their culture would be surrounded by this. Where in Japan, I'm pretty sure a lot of people or most people didn't even know about jujutsu sorcery or anything like that. So this is something that was cultivated throughout generations, so far as we can tell.
Mhm.
So their overall knowledge, that's where that third eye comes from. Third eye represents
They gonna have to
wisdom
introduce a Gojo in here, like a
and
Super
Buddhism.
Saiyan Gojo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
technically, Yuka, which I believe is the boy's name, it's a brother and sister.
Oh, you like that?
Yuka he is like Maki. He has a heavenly
Yeah,
restriction on his
heavenly
body.
restriction. I
That's
did know
why
that
he was
part.
given the ring at first. Who the I can't,
The
I be
daughter's
forgetting
name.
their names.
It's not Yuki, is it?
Yuka.
Yuka. Okay.
Yo, I'm not
Yuka,
gonna
and
lie.
I
The
always
the
forget
thing
his
that
name.
kind of bothers me about Yuta, he ends up with Maki, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. What happened to Rika though? Cause I know Rika,
Rika is
That's a
still
good
there.
point.
We're assuming that Rika is still there.
she's still there and she's okay
She
with
was
it.
just cool with it. Yeah, she
Yuta
was cool with
With
it.
it.
Yuta didn't have the
Mm,
ring on, as we could tell. He gave the ring to a younger Yuka right before he passed away. He gave it to her when she was age 6. And she said, "This will watch over you until you get strong enough." And then eventually, somebody in the clan, I believe, or somebody a part of their
Yeah,
family
they was like, nah, you
gave the
don't get
ring,
this.
yeah, to Sarugi, knowing, or I don't even know why. Maybe because it would just be too much for her at this point in time. Because I don't believe.
Well, it's considered a weapon. It's a cursed weapon. And remember, okay, so
Oh, okay.
remember Megumi's father, how
Yeah,
it's like if it's a powerful cursed weapon, the best person for his hands to be in is
is
somebody
the
with
heavenly
the heavenly
restriction.
restriction. So I
Gotcha.
think that's why they gave it to him.
Oh, and it gives him tech. Oh, does it? Wait. All right, you're going crazy right now. Heavenly restriction plus the Rika, so that means that he would have to have cursed energy on top of that. Rika is cursed energy.
Yeah,
And
I
how
don't.
he uses her, like, I don't know how that operates. If that's the case, this nigga's gonna be OP. It's
Couldn't
basically
he
gonna
use her
be
like Toji was using that little purple joint on his arm?
Yeah,
yeah, it's different though. It's the ring. It's actually like, I don't know, like this is the Queen of Curses. This is a different type of beast, you feel me? This reminds me of like a Maharaja
I know
to a
y'all
certain
haven't
extent.
seen JoJo. I know y'all
She's
haven't
the Queen
seen.
of Curses?
She's the Queen of
Yeah,
Curses.
she was super
Rika?
strong. She was super strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh, Rika?
I did not know she was no Queen of Curses.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, Rika. Okay, is Rika the Queen of Curses?
You talking about the monster that Yuta used to
Yes.
fight with?
Yeah.
Right.
Still fight with.
yeah. She's
Alright,
the
not
Queen of
sure, but-
Curses.
Okay.
But what I'm thinking though, to D's point, is y'all haven't seen JoJo Bizarre Adventure, but in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they got stands. It's not that they necessarily fight, but they stand fights like in their place.
Mhm.
They still fight. They still fighting. They still throwing hands. But this, like, when it comes to the powers and everything, it's the stand that does the fighting for the most part. Like,
so
that gives you the powers.
Yo, D. So you know how you ever seen people doing those poses, like doing stuff like that
On
Hold
Twitter.
on, you kind of froze a little bit. What you say?
when they be posting like this or doing something crazy like this or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what
That's JoJo.
that's their stance coming out to fight when they do those poses. That them
Yeah.
stands is ready to throw some hands.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So to D's point is, would a heavenly restriction user, would Rika work kind of like a stand?
That's interesting.
Because yeah, that would be different.
I
Because we
also
haven't
think,
seen that. Mm-hmm.
because I think Rika was, they say a curse too, but I don't know if it necessarily. I have to do more digging into this. I'm assuming that he was just given the ring specifically because she wasn't strong enough to be able to wield that power yet. He's actively not wearing it. I believe that it's just a necklace right now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I'm going through the joint right now,
So
but they
I got-
told her that.
So
Oh, go ahead.
okay, my question about this manga. So are we getting a weekly release since it just released?
That's a great question.
'Cause
That is a great question. I will say this. I do think that it's going to be short. I think that's what he said, is that it's only going to be like a couple
3 volumes.
volumes. Yeah.
3 volumes, and it.
So
and
we
if
not get
they get the green
this
light to do
long.
more, then they could do more.
So how many chapters?
Yeah,
do you
that
think
is
might
true.
be? If it's 3 volumes, it's only gonna be like what 20, 25 chapters.
It is a weekly release.
So it's going
You
to
might
be
be maybe
20
in that, maybe, yeah. Yeah. It's in that round. Yeah. Which, if we like it, to his point, which we probably, I feel like, why wouldn't they green like this for more?
Short-term serialization expected to run for approximately 6 months. So 4 weeks.
Weekly, yeah.
Weekly 4, 8,
24.
12, 4 times. Yeah, 24. Well, they better give us 55 pages each week.
Damn, nigga.
Bruh, if they gonna be coming with heat and fights and stuff, like I just don't want to be sitting here like. I know the first
Just
chapter
a
is
quick
always
turnaround.
50. Yeah, I understand the first chapter.
But you know
always
what,
like
T?
55
Sometimes
pages.
some really good content is made out of that. That's
I
why I
get
don't really
that.
be like, I don't get mad sometimes when people prefer to go like with shorter, because it, like, the shorter form works. Be like, bro, I'll be like, it's stuff that I watch where I'll be like, oh man, I need to go read this, and then I see why nothing else is coming out for it, because it'd be like 50 chapters, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. It depends. It does. What if he just want to do another movie after
That thing
this, and that's why they doing this?
Was 58 pages.
Yeah.
I get that the first
What, the
chapter
first
is
chapter?
always, but the thing is, the
Yeah.
first chapter for
Mhm.
any manga is usually 40 to 50 pages. Just
Yeah.
like how when
Wow.
me and Niall started reading what was the cowboy
Marshall
one?
King.
Marshall King. The first chapter was about 50, 60 pages, and it felt like a daggone OVA.
Yeah.
Honestly, y'all need to start reading that. We got to catch up on that so we can get
We
our
do.
next video out.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
start
I
reading that
don't
tonight.
mind doing that whenever you want. We can do
So,
that
so
this
quick
weekend because
question,
we
like
behind.
my bad. So, like
No, you.
the understanding thing, like you know how people say, "Oh, the Anunnaki this and all these aliens come to Earth." So, are these aliens kind of like from a higher civilization, possibly the sorcery or whatever, could have been left on Earth, and you got somebody like Sakuna who's born into it, or it's like because the King of Curses, and they say in Jutsu sorcery hasn't been on this level in years. You could say that kind of now. Like, let's say if you do believe in Anunnaki, like human civilization, our technology to build the pyramids 300 years ago wasn't like that. But now we at a
Mm-hmm.
point where we could replicate that in a sense. But when you think about it, there could be a civilization of people somewhere else that is so advanced we're like, damn, they still ain't rebuilt these pyramids or understand or even be able to replicate Stonehenge or some shit like that. So I don't know
I
how they
think
would relate
yeah.
that to sorcery and technology though.
I think that's gonna be the difference. It's like in this world, Sakuna is the pyramids,
I
right?
think
But
Thank you.
Okay.
imagine if we knew confirmed there was aliens that built the pyramids, and they was like, yeah, that's our playground stuff. We don't
and
even. Yeah,
and, and
that's what
just
I'm thinking at least.
and just think about it from the sense of at some point in time they figured out how to use jujutsu sorcery as a power source. That's probably how they were able to advance their civilization so far.
Okay.
Humans right now are technically on the verge of doing that as we speak. That's the reason why all of these people are being abducted and everything for their power
Hmm.
and so forth. So they can. So now people are starting to get hip to okay. Now we know we can do this. We can use these people as fuel resource and not have to worry about anything type of.
Okay.
And that's basically what the aliens did before they advanced extremely in their civilization. So it's just a civilization that's been more privy to it for a longer period in time,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know how they technically use their powers as of this point in time. The dude doesn't seem too friendly though in that seat, as you could tell.
No, he looked like Sakuna, like legit looked like Sakuna.
I'm
Yes.
cur- they would have a great opportunity to bring back Sakuna, man.
Nah, let him go.
A great opportunity.
But who would be Sakuna?
That's because that's the only other person outside of probably a Yuji, but
So my question
I'll
is
give it
this:
to
do
her.
they like tell? Okay, so I understand they tell us Yuta and Maki get together. Do we know about? Do we see a glimpse of everybody else or an update on them, or is it just that boom, we're here with Yuta and Maki, we got new JJK?
That was literally just it.
That's crazy. Or is this their
That's
way of
why.
building a side story and we get to see the
But
future of everyone else?
but keep in mind what Gojo said when Yuji took over or ate the finger. Your body is gonna start transforming. And technically, Yuji is a cursed death painting, so I don't believe that the regular laws of aging applies to him, especially with how he merged more with Sukuna. I don't believe that they aged as harshly as a Yuta and Maki, because technically they were still humans at the end of the day.
So Yuji
They
is probably
never.
still alive.
Yuji's probably still alive, and Megami potentially
Right, because
because Sukuna
Sukuna was
Sukuna
in him.
merged with his body. Yeah, Sukuna merged with his body for a brief period of time as well.
Hmm.
So literally since he diddied his Meat Mills, he's still alive.
Could be
Hmm.
Yeah.
potentially. I think they did that for a specific reason. I think he's gonna want another Gojo because it's only right to have that Kakashi like figure.
We
And
already
what better
familiar with him.
person than to have? But supposedly Gege said he doesn't want to use any of the characters from the past. I don't believe. I don't. I believe that's what he said. Let me check.
But that's the thing too, is like, so these kids, correct me if I'm wrong, but these kids are Yuta and Maki's grandkids.
Yes.
So that still don't account for the parents. like
They
the
don't.
generation that is the parents. So there could have been somebody who like Yuji trained. It could be that guy at the end of the series that Yuji said he wanted to train. He might be OP.
Might very well be.
Like it could just be that whole generation of whoever is in that realm. Like whoever would be kind of in the realm of like in between Yuta generation and these kids, the kids generation. Yeah, it's got to be somebody crazy in that generation. I just don't know who it would be. And then I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of do like the idea of Yuji being Gojo. I kind of do. I especially if a huge threat comes and it's something where it's like, okay, they getting Yuji out of here because they trying to express. Because we already know Yuji on something
Yeah.
different. He beat the King of Curses. So you take Yuji beating the King of Curses, and then he only got stronger from there. He should be like a major powerhouse. That already give you the indication that he's a major powerhouse. And then this alien come down and completely makes him look obsolete. Now you're gonna be like, okay, well, this alien is on something different. Like even Sukuna would have had problems with this dude.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but if Gege is trying to go with a whole new cast, then I don't know if that's gonna necessarily be what happens.
These niggas probably gotta even be higher than Sukuna. Have to be, cause they got that third eye. Sukuna didn't necessarily have a third eye like that. I don't believe. They
Yeah, they're
have
gonna
to
have
be
a different or they might have that same understanding as him. Like we seen Sukuna kill Jogo with his own shit. They probably on that level. Like that's probably like elementary to them niggas.
Yeah,
And the next generation always got to get stronger anyway.
that is true. That is very true. And it's 2 generations after. On top of that,
Facts.
wow, it looks like
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who has the. I actually lied. It looks like Sarigi still is gonna keep the actual ring. And it looks like he has a sword as well at some point in time. And I don't know what Yuka's power is. And I'm gonna be curious to see what that is.
Yeah. Did we see anybody's power in
No,
this first chapter? No.
not at all.
So then we also don't know. This alien dude might be Yuta. He could be the Yuta of this series for all we know, where it's like, yeah, you got the potential to be him.
Yeah, he is the third person in their group now, and his name Maru.
Yeah.
If you're talking about that, Maru
Mm-hmm.
is the third person in his group, and I think he's probably going to be that necessary way to bridge, because obviously he's one of the aliens. He's covering up his third eye right now, if I'm not mistaken, with the Band-Aid. So he's trying to play it off like he's actually from the Earth, but he hasn't notified them that he was an alien. I don't believe as of yet. So very interesting.
Was he on the ship?
He was on the ship, I believe. Either that or it was his twin.
If so, he about to be evil. He could be, or like you said, it could be his twin. And we do know how much twins play a part in JJK.
He don't seem too evil. His twin might. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're talking about his twin, his brother. I think his brother it may be evil. I think this kid probably came down here because he was being ostracized or alienated by the alien race, because he was probably so nice.
Or it could be the same thing as Sukuna and his twin. Where
Yeah.
it's like the one got so much potential, the other one was just weak from the jump.
Mhm.
And he's the weak version of the aliens, but even a weak version of the aliens looks like ridiculously strong to the sorcerers on Earth. It could be it could be something like that. And then when you see, because remember, twins really did play a big part in at the end of JJK for sure. But even with Maki and her sister, and it's supposed to be kind of like this whole thing with, at least from the sorcery side, that like twins are supposed to be omens.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they carry something like that over here with the lore that happens with the aliens. Like that whole thing could have possibly came from an ancient alien origin in Japan, and whenever the aliens or whatever, whenever there was a population where the aliens had a division in a twin-like setting, that spelled problems, and that's where the whole lore in the JJK world for there being an omen for twins came from. Even though that's not obvious, the same thing that came from Japanese culture, but the reasoning is different, obviously, in the real world than it is in the JJK world. But it make you think.
Interesting stuff, Gege. You know we're gonna be on the lookout for it. We got a couple fans in here, so hopefully you give us some heat. And he said there is a possibility that if he gets the green light, he could continue it. So hopefully it's good enough to continue. We got. I thought I had this pulled up. Man of Tomorrow. It doesn't seem like I actually misspoke earlier. Said it was going to be a Superman movie, but it doesn't seem like it would be a Superman. A Superman.
I
I don't
don't get
understand
that.
It's not a sequel, but it's a Superman movie.
It is the next installment of the Superman saga to arrive after next year's Supergirl, but expect Superman to have a major role in Man of Tomorrow, a movie that can wind up being led by the irredeemable villain Lex Luthor. So I think it was some art that was showing Lex Luthor, obviously in his mechanized suit that we all know him for, as accustomed for. But it
Yeah.
seems like they were fighting Brainiac, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
That's what I was thinking.
It like look, it could. This is what when before Superman came out, I said whether I like it or not, I don't know if I'm going to be excited for a James Gunn sequel. And I did turn out to like Superman, and I still hold the same sentiments that I had before. I just don't know. I really would like it, especially if he goes in a direction where it's Lex Luthor being the lead, that this would be done by somebody else and would have a more serious tone than necessarily what he's been able to give us. I'm not going to say I said Superman was going to be bad for months and months and months, and then it ended up being good. So I'm not going to make the same mistake here and say regardless of how or who does Superman or Man of Tomorrow that it will be bad per se. But it's going to be a long I think the same thing that happened to me with Superman is going to happen to me here, where my interest is not going to really be there with it the more information we get until the movie itself actually comes out. Because you telling me a Lex Luthor lead potentially, and I'm fine with the actor who played Lex Luthor, but a Lex Luthor potential lead done by James Gunn, and the villain that may be the center of it all could potentially be Brainiac. That's a lot you throw in there. You know, it's like, okay.
It's a lot coming at you fast. Pause.
Yeah.
We got Supergirl literally a year before that. And
But
then
the
you have
thing
a
about
slew of
Supergirl
shows.
that's so different is that Supergirl will be done by somebody different. It's another directional path. And I think that could potentially be what gives Supergirl the leniency. If it was done by James Gunn, it would just feel like the continuation of the previous Superman story. But we know that likely will not. Well, we know for a fact that won't be the case. But then you also add in that it's being done by somebody different. It helps for that.
Bro, this is why I'm really against like DC announcing these slates. Back in 2014, they announced a slate with 10 movies over the next supposed to be 10 years. That didn't happen. And I know that's only one example, but I'm like, when you're James Gunn, you just now take over the studio. All of a sudden, you've got a slate coming out. You've got Creature Commandos. You've got Superman, Supergirl, Brave and the Bold, the Authority movie, and now it's like we're getting a Clayface movie before the Wonder Woman series. We haven't seen anything about the Green Lantern series, but now you've already greenlit a Man of Tomorrow movie with Lex Luthor potentially being the lead. And then it's like, damn, can you do any movie with the titular character as the main focus without this ensemble piece? Because with Lex Luthor and Superman, he's gonna bring back Mr. Terrific. right?
Yeah.
He's gonna bring in some more of the Justice Gang because it's gonna be a gag. He says Man of Tomorrow is gonna be it's good to watch Peacemaker season 2 to understand Man of Tomorrow or vice versa, or whatever. So it's like, how many times do we have to go through all these other characters coming in just for the story to work? And it's like, I see what you're saying. Now, I didn't like Superman at all, but tonally, having James Gunn direct a Man of Tomorrow movie about an alien invasion with Lex Luthor possibly being the lead villain or the lead character, it's like, yo, like, how serious are they going to take this invasion? Like, we just had Metropolis damn near split in half, and it didn't even feel
It's
serious.
silly. I think
You know, it's
that's the tone of this whole.
and
I think that's the part. Yeah.
yeah, it's just silly because it don't seem like, now people say, well, Superman is a Boy Scout, he is this and this, but it's like, yo, you look at the comics, you look at Justice League Unlimited, you look at Superman the animated series, he seemed like more of a man. This Superman feels like if James Gunn was a superhero. This Superman is like a corny ass 50-year-old white dude. And it's like, yo, this is James Gunn with a cape on. How is this about to translate to the younger audience with Brainiac and Lex Luthor? How is Superman working with Lex Luthor already before he worked with Batman? Like what?
It's
We
gonna
just
be a
seen Lex
very different
Luthor.
universe.
It's gonna be very different because Lex Luthor was just arrested, and it's like, okay, we all saw him arrested. So in one movie, he's going to be out of jail, leading Superman into battle against Brainiac. So now this makes Superman look incompetent. Now it's like, okay, the last movie you needed help with a dog and Mr. Terrific in your first showing, and you're the strongest metahuman, and now you need Lex Luthor, who outsmarted you in every fight you had last movie, just about, to defeat Brainiac. And it's like, this is not a good look for Superman.
Yeah, I don't know what strength is gonna look like in this series. And I'm gonna be honest with you, whether we like it or not, a lot of people like it. A lot of people like it. Like I that's something that I'm kind of coming to terms with, is that, you know, we as comic book fans come from a different perspective because we've seen both sides. We've seen the comic book stories that have been more child orientated and have been sillier, but we've also seen very serious comics that have come out of DC, and those have been favorites for a lot of people. And I think with when you get into these universes on the cinematic side, it does not operate the same. It's like we will do like, especially if we're trying to cater to kids, which they always will do that because of toys and merchandise. They're not like, it's just I don't think we're gonna get it. And the fact of the matter is there's adults that like the style that the MCU does, that like this James Gunn take, which happens to have a lot of those similar like child and humorous elements to it. There's a lot of people that just enjoy it. So I think that's just the foreseeable future. I do agree though, as you get further into these power structures, right? Because like, to your point, D, what do you do when you get to the point where let's say that this series is successful and it continues to be a success? Well, then people are going to start to do the same thing that they did with Marvel, which is we want big bads and we want titular characters that have been expressed throughout the DC universe, the DC comic universe, throughout the years. And when you look at characters like that, you start to get into people like Darkseid. And it's like, how are you going to do Darkseid when the entire undertone of this series has been humor? And here this character is that is the exact opposite of humor. Like, how does that come into play? How do you introduce characters like the Spectre, who I don't think that there's been a time where the Spectre has been humorous or silly. It's just,
No.
that's just not in the character's nature at all. So that, like, I agree. There is a level of concern for me as well there in regards to how exactly this maybe can work now, but how does this work in the long run? And then you even at that, before we even get too far, like I'm talking about characters like Darkseid and Spectre, but before we even get to that, Batman. There's not yet. Are there instances where they made more humorous Batmans? Yes, we've seen even whole series of movies. If you go back to the Adam West Batman, like yeah, you can do Batman in a very silly and humorous way, and the villains and Batman's rogue in the same light, but is that really what you want to do for a Batman character in the long run, or a Joker character in the long run, or a Dr. Freeze, or like Bane as an example? How would you even get to Bane with Batman in this in this silly kind of world and atmosphere? It waters down. There's a litany of characters that will be watered down significantly, and you can already say that that's the case again, back to your point, D. You can already say that that's the case in the character of Superman in this universe. It's a watered down version when you think of the powers and you think of the capabilities, and I think that was done to match the humor. But you can't do that with you can't. That's not. I don't see how that stands on its own.
And you mentioned selling merchandise and all of that. Like you think about what these movies and what these characters now are up against. It's like James Gunn, your Superman is up against a generation. Like you want to sell merchandise, you can sell your figurines, but think about something like lunch boxes. Ain't no kid walk around no Creature Commandos lunchbox. No parent is gonna let their kid watch Peacemaker. I hope not. Ain't gonna be no Peacemaker fucking lunchbox. But then
Yeah.
it's like you got Superman going up against shit like Fortnite or Roblox. Like it's like, bruh, there's free gameplay to be had with these new games out versus going to pay and watch a movie where somebody might be interested. And it's like, bro, it's just I think it is a lot of competition, and I think they need to realize that. Like, yes, we got Superman, one of the most recognizable heroes of all time. But it's like the story gotta be there. Like this Superman story, cool, it could resonate with some kids and everything, but it can't be that damn campy all the time. Like you said, now you mentioned having Darkseid in there. Even having Brainiac. Ain't shit funny about Brainiac.
Mm-mm.
And it's
Mm-mm.
like having James Gunn, like, bro, now is not the time for levity in a situation where Brainiac about to take Metropolis or take Central City or take Coast City. Or it's like when you on the ship and you hear those small screams from other cities like Kandor from Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like I don't even know which angle James Gunn gonna play, but it's like yo, like Last Son of Krypton, he replaced. My thing is, it's just a lot of shit going on in this James Gunn universe.
Mm-hmm.
Superman is supposed to be the last son of Krypton. He's fully embraced his Earth identity. You can't bring no Brainiac into the situation with Kandor on the ship. Be like, oh, there's other Kryptonians. All of a
And
sudden,
then he care. Yeah.
and all of a sudden, it's like, well, I care about Krypton now. And then it's like, it's just a lot of shit going on in this universe where it was like, okay, I'm gonna throw this in there. Cool. Superman did a good job world building. Now we don't have to explain heroes and why such and such wasn't here for this and wasn't here for that. But it's like it just don't feel like Superman shit. Like I got a feeling Supergirl is gonna be better than Superman. And we're gonna look at her movie and be like, damn, maybe she might be the one to carry this DC franchise if they want to go that way.
I could
But it's
see
just
that. I
like
could see that.
And one thing about James Gunn is his showing favoritism to all the shit that he always attached to. Superman, Man of Tomorrow being announced and having some type of artwork by Jim Lee shown before we even see what the fucking Green Lantern suit look like, and it come out next year.
It's crazy. It's
like,
crazy.
my
I
nigga,
agree.
come on, bro. Like everything that is attached, everything that his brother or his wife or that he is doing is like, all right, we throwing that shit in there, and it's like, come on, bro.
And then it's the angle of like Superman is the superhero. Like he is the father figure to even the superhero community in DC. What is it going to be like when you got a Green Lantern that's more like you got Jon Stewart in this upcoming Green Lantern series, and from what I've kind of gathered, I don't think he's gonna be super humorous. What do you get when he is a character that's serious, and then you got a movie or IP, whatever, you got something that comes out with Superman and Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and it's like Superman acting silly and goofy, and Jon Stewart acting serious. Like what? It just if that seemed weird. I can't really picture Superman outside like Metropolis can be like this, but I can't picture his interactions with heroes outside of Metropolis as from what we've seen in the Superman movie. I just can't picture it. I can't see him being the leader, the father-like figure to somebody even like a Jon Stewart if this guy is a more serious character. Or if they do Batman, and Batman is also in that same vanity, a very serious character. Then you go to Superman, and it's like, yeah, we know he's strong, but he immature. Like he's super immature. How does that dynamic work in a DC universe? Apparently James Gunn sees something. I just can't see the full totality of what this vision is supposed to be or look like at this moment.
I really feel like we just gonna get a dumbed down version of the Justice League, where yes, Jon Stewart is more militant. Always, I mean, we had Guy Gardner, but if you got Jon Stewart, Batman, Superman, Hawk Girl, Wonder Woman, whatever, and Superman act the way he did in this movie, I feel like
Bruh.
every other character they gonna have. I think they probably just gonna stick. Batman is in this universe is not gonna be like Chris Nolan's Batman or Zack Snyder's Batman. He's still gonna be the Dark Knight, but probably not as dark. I know for a fact it's not gonna be.
But what
like
does that even mean? Because when you think about Batman, like, is it like Adam West Batman?
No, not Adam West probably like Michael Keaton Batman.
Where it's some jokes involved, but it's still serious.
Yeah, some jokes involved, still serious. Like Keaton's Batman was made by Tim Burton in the 90s, so that's a whole different style. But it's like James Gunn is probably gonna take on that, like it's gonna be a Batman in a different type of Gotham. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna hold you after seeing this Man of Tomorrow shit and all of this. I'm not even gonna surprise that the Justice League is gonna be Superman, Supergirl, Green Lantern, and Peacemaker at this point. Because I'm like, bro, it's too much James Gunn thrown all
Wonder
over this DC
Woman,
shit.
dude. Even going
Paradise Lost. We supposed to get Wonder Woman announcement. Come on, bro.
But like Wonder Woman is a soldier. That woman is a soldier. Like I don't see her having the best dynamic with this Superman. Not the militant soldier. I see her working well with possibly what this Jon Stewart could look like. I could see her working, like just putting them two in a room together, dialogue wise. I could see that working well. If depending on how Batman is, but based off the description that you gave there with Batman, I could see her working well with that. But I can't see her working well with that Superman.
They're going to find a way to try and make it work. They're going to try and find a way to make it work. And now, at that point, they're going to retcon everything that they did with Superman, with him being all this funny nonsense, and try and make him very stoic and straight edge. And
it ain't gonna feel right.
It ain't because it's like we're getting two different sides of the coin. Like, if you gonna run with this, run with it.
Don't switch up with me halfway through. Yeah, then it's just confusing.
That's why, honestly, I'm kind of glad they're not bringing Sprinkles the Batman into the DCEU, because it won't fit. It wouldn't fit. So them going with the brave and bold and making it more like funny, cartoony in a way, but more live action, it worked for that Batman with this Superman.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very the Martian Hunter. If they bring him in, that's not a funny character.
No, very stoic and serious and straightforward.
But when you think about
it's a fish out of water joint, though.
This is in James Gunn's bag. Dry humor. Dry fucking humor. He learned to do that with Drax. He learned to do that with I guess even with
But
Superman.
look what Drax evolved to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said evolve. Like this nigga, this Martian Manhunter, we gotta go through a movie and a half with this nigga acting like Mantis and Wonder Woman acting like Drax or Thor when he first dropped on the scene, throwing coffee mugs and shit. It's like, bro, we about to see the same type of I don't know if they call stereotypes or the same. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy, early MCU shit. Like, oh, you know what else would be funny? If Flash slipped on a banana peel. That's the type of shit we finna get in this Justice League movie, goddamn.
Yeah, I can see that.
If we even get a Justice League movie, it look like it's in the near future at this point in time.
Nigga,
To
the
be
studio
honest
gonna put
with
a gun to
you,
that nigga's head, and they gonna say, "Look it, you did Man of Tomorrow. We let you do 2 seasons of Peacemaker. We let you keep all this bullshit. Damn it, we need $1 billion, and we need it now." Throw
I'm not gonna
Flash,
hold you.
Aquaman.
It may be smarter for them to do like what they did in the 70s with the comics, where when you didn't know exactly what to do with a character, you paired them up with another character. We saw that a lot in the 60s and 70s with Marvel and with DC. Examples in Marvel is we saw that a lot with Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. When they kind of both were pushing each other at that time. In the 70s, maybe 80s, it might have been 80s, they did the same thing in DC with Green Arrow and Green Lantern. And having both of them pair up. I'm thinking with this James Gunn world, maybe the best path for success until they get a little bit further down the line and can maybe have enough narrative behind some of these characters is you just pair them up. Because right now, the only Justice League member that I could see working, unless they stick with Guy Gardner from the Green Lantern side, the only Justice League member I could see working with Superman would possibly be a Flash. Because you could kind of put Flash in that similar silly. You like a lot of the things that they did. If they did it for Superman, I could 100% see it for Flash. When I think of like Flash's rogue villains, that's a lot more childlike, a lot more sillier, or at least it has the potential for a higher level of a sillier vibe. That may be the best person to pair up with Superman, where it's like maybe you have an introduction where Superman can't believe that Flash is like faster than him, and then they kind of play off of the historical who's faster race thing there, and then you just kind of have, okay, that's where Superman's relationship is with the Justice League character for a couple years until you can figure out how. But the common denominator is you still can't get away from Superman being serious. You still can't get away from the Flash at some point being serious. And that's where I get to the level of confusion with this James Gunn era, is if with him doubling down with this sillier, humorous side with these characters, it just feel like it's going to make it that much harder to transition into a serious side when they humorous right now. And then how do you even transition that in a live action? MCU hasn't done it yet.
And to your point, they can't even do the shit with Superman being like, damn, it's somebody faster than me. He already got his ass beat by Ultraman twice.
Yeah.
It didn't even say,
Right.
damn, it's somebody stronger than me. I think the only thing I don't think that it's the only thing, but if they really want to do Justice League right, they can take some inspiration from Justice League War and be like, okay, these parademons been coming from here, but I mean, you already got aliens. But if they need to know where these aliens are coming from, like you had Batman in Metropolis tracking a parademon. Batman and Superman may not have had to cross paths in the past or anything, but with Superman being the strongest metahuman on Earth, Batman has already taken into account, okay, I've got tabs on Superman, I got tabs on Flash, I got tabs on this Aqua nigga, Wonder Woman. Like Batman gonna have tabs on everybody. There's got to be something that can bring Superman out, that'll bring Flash out, that'll have a Green Lantern that's back on Earth, interested in one thing where they all be like, okay, I got this information, I got this information. But it's like, I don't know, with them having metahumans and shit already, it seems like every other universe has done it where it's like, aliens are kind of like, this is like first contact with aliens. That's how they come together, type shit. But I don't know what James Gunn gonna do.
I honestly could see that probably being the best route though, because now you making me think more about the animated side, like the way that he's going with it. It's like a sillier, looser, humorous side of the animated films than even the animated films were, but that you could use possibly as inspiration to create a Justice League narrative in this James Gunn world. I do think you might be on to something with that with War. And but like you said, but even at that, when you go back to the animated series, there was points where it got really serious, or at least for the animated storyline in that specific thing, there was a point where it kind of was like, okay, this is a really bad problem, and everybody got serious. With this James Gunn world, it's still super early, so yes, there is a possibility of there being able to be in a larger film where they do get serious. But if you beat us on the back with humor, it's kind of like what happened with Thor. Like, they beat us on the back with the humor, and I feel like that Love and Thunder movie was supposed to be a take on them trying to raise the stakes and be more serious. And it didn't deliver. It was terrible, because that's not what we were. First of all, you still were trying to keep the humor in, which is what James Gunn would do. But then now you also trying to introduce these things that's a lot more serious, like the story behind Gore the God Butcher, the story behind what's the woman, the lady what was female Thor? What was her name?
She-Hulk.
Jane.
Jane
Foster.
So, like, Jane Foster, you can't really be humorous. That's why it failed, because it's like you can't really have this whole humorous movie and try to tell this narrative, and she dying of cancer. Then you got the Gore the God Butcher storyline, where his whole, like, all of his people were obliterated by gods. He hate gods, and it's very serious, like, what is happening. And then you putting that around, you putting humor juxtaposed throughout all of that. You see it, we see it don't work.
The Russell Crowe Zeus and Thor having a lightning bolt to share with kids. And it's like, my nigga, your girl's dying of cancer. This nigga's killing gods off screen. And you want to share a lightning bolt with kids? Like, you're a couple thousand years old. Like
yeah,
Marvel gotta snap this nigga out of it. He only been on Earth, what, 15 years? And he get thousands of years old? Like, yo, be like, yo, take me back to my old ways, how I used to be on Asgard or something.
And
like
he's king now, right? In the MCU?
Asgard is
no, I
gone.
think Valkyrie is, ain't it? Ain't she?
Valkyrie is, yeah.
Asgard is gone too.
And
Valkyrie is the king of Asgard.
And from what they were trying to do before, they was gonna make Asgard on Earth into like some Love Island type deal. I don't know whether they still doing that or not.
Hey,
but
man.
the experiment, James Gunn, the experiment has been done. This is not Guardians of the Galaxy. The experiment was done with Thor, and we saw how badly that was taken. You just starting to get this DC. It looks like you getting this DC thing together. You got Superman to be a success, where a lot of people had doubts, including myself, but it was something that worked overall It worked overall for DC, despite it not necessarily being everybody's cup of tea. But Brody, if you don't do something different and not try to follow the MCU formula, MCU had that. They had, it's levels to this. So it's like they kind of could afford to have some of these instances. DC not really in the same boat. So if you James Gunn and you DC, you can't look at the things that were successful for Marvel and necessarily think those things are going to completely translate over. You might have to look at something as, we might have got lucky. We did put a lot of work into this and we still made it good, but Brody, you not gonna be batting for 100 here.
I'm looking at these reviews too. Is they're not really the greatest of reviews. 83 on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 68% for Metacritic for the recent Superman movie. But who knows? Maybe he got the smoking gun. We don't even know it. We shall see. Has anybody even been tapping into Peacemaker? And then we can leave out of here.
Yeah,
I
it's been
Just
saw
pretty
the
good.
first episode.
episode 1 that was on some.
Hero
What was that shit called for
bro.
boys?
Hero
Yeah,
Hero
Gasm.
Hero Gasm.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, I'm not watching niggas swing they meat on the screen. Like this, like I get
This
people want to be rated R and M for mature, but it's like, yo, like this is not how you start a universe off where you got to get kids interested. I'm not even having my kids that's 13, 14 watching no shit like that. Like James Gunn, come on, my nigga. He probably in director's chair crying, laughing.
I guess
Thinking
that's
it's
what the
not
funniest
like
Superman
shit
the
in
was
the world.
for.
boys.
I'm
It's
guessing that's
not
what the
like the
Superman was for.
boys.
But
Superman was for
Peacemaker,
the
but here's
kids.
the thing:
This is for the
Peacemaker's
adults.
supposed to be that funny, gritty, raunchy superhero show. That's
Supposed to be
literally what,
Deadpool.
essentially. And if Disney let them have their way like Fox did, they probably could have went this route too. You never know. But if they made Deadpool a TV series, they would have went this route. But since it's a movie, they're not gonna push the envelope. They'll give you some jokes,
Well,
but they're
I
not
think
going.
I think Marvel would have been more willing with Deadpool to make it a more uh serious, not serious is the wrong word, but they would have made it a more cohesive story as opposed to relying on something like that. That's what
They would
I
have been more
honestly
cautious
feel
with the
like.
frontal nudity too, though. That's a little OD.
I agree. I do think that D brought up a good point. When you got things like Creature Commandos coming out, and then you got Peacemaker following out, like I do think that you don't have the same limitations that Disney or Marvel has. So should you have some fun with those liberties? Sure. But at the end of the day, it's not going to really balance out well if you got a lot of this content that's raunchy and clearly not for kids. And then you got this content that's supposed to be specifically for kids. And then you start bringing the content from the people that involve the kid, like you start bringing the people from the content that involves the kids into the content that's not for the kids. That's not necessarily. I don't know if that formula is necessarily a good formula.
Well, my thing is this: it's like Peacemaker's not for children, just like how Deadpool's not for children. But
Yeah, but what happens when you got a Shazam that appears in a? And not saying that
but
this
they're
is
not.
maybe they did think about this. Maybe
But
they won't do that. Maybe
but the thing is, if you look at how they use Peacemaker in the Superman movie, they just had him on a television show doing an interview, so they were able to keep it clean for that moment. They're going to keep it separate from the DCEU movies, but he's trying to push the envelope with most of these animated shows and these TV shows because he's looked at the success of The Boys. He's looked at the success of Invincible. So he's trying to take elements of that to try and give DC a headway in a better direction to try and push past Marvel. It's like he's using his own route to build some competition because honestly, we all know we've had Marvel burnout, and Marvel has not produced anything great than maybe some of these past movies. But before that, we were just sitting on still water. It was like literally moving slower than pond water. You're not going anywhere. But now that you have somebody in the competitor seat trying to push the envelope, trying to make laughs, because honestly, he's seen what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. He gave us clean laughter. So now he's trying to push the envelope. He's like, okay, so they got Deadpool. I'm going to give you Deadpool, but I'm going to give you The Boys mixed in. Because he's seen how successful The Boys was. So he's trying his best to push the envelope in that fashion. It's working in some aspects. It's not working in some aspects. I laugh.
it's an experiment. All of it is an experiment.
It is. Because his first several years is literally... But honestly, it is because, remember, this is his first couple years working with DC and being the head of it. So he's trying to test the waters with everything. We already seen Peacemaker season 1 wasn't as crazy as season 2, and it was successful. So now it's like, let me say it. It's like how Kendrick puts out Good Kid, Mad City. Everybody loved it. What was the next one that he came out with? To Pimp a
The
Butterfly.
Pimp a Butterfly.
That album was more of his message. It didn't have bangers. It had what he wanted because he wanted to test to see what his real listeners were about. If they were willing to stick with him. So honestly, this is my like a general comparison because Peacemaker season 1, heat. They kept it right down the middle. They had a couple raunchy moments. It was still funny. It still hit.
I liked season 1.
Yes. So season 2, it's getting a little bit obscure. The story like is still being fleshed out. Like everybody's still trying to understand what's going on. I like the first 2 episodes, especially when he went into that other
Like the door
the
room
multiverse.
dimension thing.
Yeah, he went into the multiverse, and with that, but what killed me is the fact that he already took his own self out. They could have developed that more. Like, what if they switched and saw what happened? Like, the Prince and the Piper, and the Prince and the Piper, how the twins like switched places. We could have ran with that and saw John Cena actually liking the world. Then they could have had that fight, and then they could have died. Like the other John Cena from the other world could have died. They could have spun that, but he's trying his best to try and push it to see is his real fans going to stick with him on this. They love Suicide Squad. People love Creature Commandos, even though Creature Commandos pushed the envelope a little bit. And season 1, he was there for it. But let me see if y'all gonna stick with me for season 2 of Peacemaker. That's how I see it.
But it's like
know, and I
season
think
2 of
you on to
Peacemaker,
something.
I see what you coming at, T, but it's like when you build in the universe and your Superman movie ain't do as well as the last Superman movie from a decade ago. I'm not saying we got to compare the Superman movies, but it's like, yo, box office wise, are we in a position to be having this much raunchy shit? And then you tweeting out as a CEO of DC Film, hey, watch Peacemaker season 2. It connects to Man of Tomorrow. But it's like, my nigga, in order to watch Peacemaker season 2, you're gonna have kids watching this. If any responsible parent gonna be like, I'm not gonna have my kids watching something with all this profanity. Yes, we push the envelope with Deadpool, with Wolverine. You got that in the theater. And it's like, I just think the vulgarity and all of this other stuff that's in Peacemaker, and it's like you pushing the envelope, but it's too damn soon. It's like,
but at the end of the day, it says TVMA. It's the parents' choice to let their children watch it. That's what it is.
But I'm saying if you're trying to get
but
more
connecting
attention to
that
the
back
DC
to
films, it's
yeah.
like, damn, like, okay, you got Superman as your first movie. Cool. But now you got 2 seasons of Peacemaker, a season of Creature Commandos. Somebody be like, damn, this DC shit is kind of OD for somebody just building the universe. Or like, damn, like I can't really watch this with my 8-year-old, you know? And it's like,
like if you got a kid, like, yeah, dude, like it's a kid in my house right now. I would let him watch Superman. Superman was fine. But I can't say let's go watch the rest of the DC content because it ain't
honestly,
really for a child.
My thing is this: even though he said it's supposed to connect Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, I don't think that it's only gonna be maybe that last scene or a cut scene from Peacemaker that's gonna lead into it. He's leaving that stuff in Peacemaker. He's keeping it just a Peacemaker. If you look at it, the only thing that they really brought over from Superman was that pocket universe. That was the only thing. If you notice, they didn't bring anything else. They brought that pocket universe nonsense, or where Homeboy from Argus is keeping an eye on Peacemaker, and they was like, "Oh, where did that power come from?" Boom. Have they talked about that pocket universe in a while? No. They're only piecing certain things to say, "Hey, Peacemaker's still in this." But he's not going to really be a main player in the Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman. No, this is only TV. This is only TV. I would say it's a similar into Marvel, but they still use Wanda in the movies. They still use the only one they
and that's the thing is,
Hawkeye.
But that's the thing though. If it's any lore that like is tied to the TV shows, your kids can keep up with it in Marvel. If there's any lore that comes out of any of the, if he goes, because I kind of like, I do see where you coming from, and I do think in James Gunn's mind and world, that there may actually be a path for success for that. Because if you take the people who are like the more on like your cult fan basis, right? And they happen to exist, their fandom for what you do in DC happens to exist more from the TV shows. And then your Guardians of the Galaxy-esque fans happen to gravitate more to the movies, and then the movies align for that, and the movies have something that can also be more fitting for the kids. It's cool, but you kind of create this line of separation, because to D's point, you can't, if you do it that way, you can't really bring the kids into the TV realm. It's like the adult stuff is on the TV series. Hey, adults, y'all want to lock in? Come over here to HBO, which makes sense because HBO does have mad adult, like the most adult content in TV usually comes from HBO. So I get it. I get him going that angle and route and having as much liberties as he wants to in that route. But unless he gonna have a clean separation, which it does not look like is gonna be the case, he alienating a certain basis of his fans, and that might not. That's on a competitive level, when your competition is making everything in relationship, whether it's TV or whether it's movie, in relationship to your largest base, which is going to always be kids as long as it's pertaining to superheroes. I don't know. It's interesting. I think that if that's the approach he wants to take, it's interesting. I just don't know if I could say, oh yeah, it has my full backing that that's something that can be successful in the long run. I had to see if that's the route he's going.
Alrighty then, and we shall see indeed. Seems like we got some mixed reviews. We got to see how James Gunn is going to be able to bring all of this stuff together, the serious elements as well as his signature comedy style. Hopefully him using other directors for other projects and then coming in with a collaborative type of, I
Clayface
guess,
gonna be serious
event. Yeah, like using all of these various directors, and then just to make sure that everybody's atmosphere in their movie stays with the characters as they're going, and it's like an amalgamation of different vibes in these bigger crossover events. But we shall see. We shall see.
It just all depends on how you work it. You know what I mean? Like that could either be really successful, or I could also see that being a huge failure in the long run. But like you said, we just gotta kind of wait and see.
What is going on? Demon Slayer is dropping this week, I believe.
Thursday.
This week, Thursday. So be on the lookout.
Can a kid see that movie?
Demon Slayer?
If you already had to watch the anime, then yeah.
I want to say yes, strictly because it's animated, but I also want to say no because there is a lot of blood and gore in there at the same time.
At what point can you like let a kid see that type of stuff?
Can you let them watch Attack on Titan?
Whoa, Attack on Titan is hugely.
No, it's not.
You let your kids watch AOT?
If you let your child watch that first episode of AOT and you see Homeboy's mom get chewed up, then they can watch Demon Slayer.
Okay, so do you think that Attack on Titan is good? Like is there at like a preteen level?
No, nigga, start that nigga off with Avatar: The Last Airbender or something.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm dead.
No. What you should do, start them off with Dragon Ball Z.
It was so different for me.
But yo, Niall, start them off with Dragon Ball Z, but they can only watch it at 4:00 every day. So when it gets the next time on Dragon Ball Z, you gotta wait till tomorrow to watch the next episode. Make them suffer.
But Dragon Ball wasn't that gory. It wasn't like that. That was kid appropriate.
Yeah,
right?
Oh, Demon Slayer season 1 was kid appropriate, I thought. No?
That's what I'm saying. I thought that's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, I thought that it was. I don't know. I was watching Pulp Fiction. I was watching Pulp Fiction as a kid.
But you gotta remember the first episode of Demon Slayer, Homeboy's family got murked. And Yeah, it was just straight body parts and blood everywhere.
Damn, when we grew up, we really ain't had too much blood in TV shows, did we?
No,
Nope.
Even in
No,
X-Men, I'm
like
starting to
as a,
realize
mm-mm.
X-Men 97, Wolverine don't be stabbing niggas or nothing.
no. It's just
Yeah, so
when
probably gonna start
unless it was meant for adults. Yeah, no.
dang, what anime can you start? No, don't take him to the movie. He gonna ask too many questions. That's a
Yeah.
crucial movie that you just want niggas to be quiet for.
no. Just tell him to shut up and
Even
watch the
think
action.
about that.
Hell
Yeah.
no. He gonna be like, why he grow his arm back?
Bro,
Who's the
it's
blue nigga?
children. You gonna
My
get a
The
Hero
nigga with
million
the
Academia.
tattoos.
questions.
Be like, all right, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, I think that blood might give it a mature rating, I believe.
Oh, I
But
know
what
it
does he watch
is. I
now if
know
he
it
don't
is
watch
that
anime?
rating. Oh, they
Well,
don't watch nothing.
if they don't
They
watch
play
anime,
Fortnite.
Teen Titans,
Yeah.
They just
You
play.
said
It's
Fortnite?
just Fortnite. They just play Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
2K.
Yeah.
Well, what's the anime that's kind of like? What about I'm about to say Kaiju number 8, but no, that shit kind of gory too.
My Hero Academia,
Yeah, you can go with that.
One Punch
Something
Man,
like that.
possibly.
Yeah.
Naruto, even though it is gory, it's not too crazy.
Nah, it's not.
No,
A lot of the anime
Naruto-
is not bad,
Naruto-
honestly.
The thing is with Naruto, the first time they really showed blood was when because they didn't really show it with the Lee fight. It was when what's the face hit Gaara with the Chidori. That was the only first time you see like a little bit of blood.
I thought it was during Zabuza.
My bad, Zabuza. But yeah, no. Yeah, especially when he's running
it still
through.
took a
Yeah,
minute before that.
but most anime, it's like even if it is something like
It's not
that,
too
it's
much.
one scene.
Yeah.
It's not.
They're not showing the decapitated bodies littered throughout the
And that's
battlefield
my
and all that
question.
stuff.
Nah,
Right, and that's my question. Is that going to be the case with Demon Slayer? Is it going to be something where it's like it's 1-2 scenes, or is it going to be like every other scene?
Here's the thing.
In this movie,
I'm trying to think. Yeah, for this movie.
Well, yeah, every fight is gonna be crazy.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
Yeah.
hold on. But here's the thing though. If you really want to test the waters to see if he's in the anime, and you want to play the first episode of Berserk.
No,
Right.
no, like see, yeah.
No.
Infinity
The
on
anime.
that
No.
rated
The
R,
anime.
too.
No. The anime, because it's toned down from what the book is. It's toned down
That's true.
a lot.
Bro, that ain't something like you watch that on your own time. You find that one. I ain't about to play that one for you. I ain't about to be like, hey, you know what you need to watch? This no, that's like, bruh, no. Nah.
Infinity Castle is rated R as well.
I know,
ooh,
yeah.
wee.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Bloody violence throughout. Nonetheless, y'all, we appreciate y'all yet again. What episode was this again?
79.
79. Almost close to 80.
Ooh,
That
T,
much closer to 100.
can you investigate what happened to 78 as well?
Oh yeah, it got blocked. I did see that earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know why we getting. For anybody out there too, we probably need to give them that disclaimer. We don't know why, but certain videos have been having issues with the U of tubes. We will get it sorted out, and we have gotten it sorted out. But if you happen to see numbers skip, just know that that's something that we are figuring out. And that's why I need to update the streaming channels more, so that way if it does do that, you still have that audio source. But yeah, if you see that, we handling it.
All right, then we shall be back at our regularly scheduled time, and if I'm not mistaken, as long as there's not a holiday next week, I don't believe so. We should be back on Sundays and back up in this thing for some more stuff.
Is the next
we did go over
holiday
the
November?
October, technically, with Halloween or Columbus Day or
Halloween, yeah.
Native Americans Day.
Oh, okay.
Disney Enterprises was the claimants.
Disney Enterprises.
And it says Thunderbolts. Like
Disney.
for literally a 45 seconds maybe of the video, but I'm gonna check where it lands at.
Alright.
But
Bet,
yeah, we lit. We here. 78, 79. We got 80 to go.
All right. We shall be back in here Sunday. Y'all be easy. Stay blessed. Peace.
I want all the smoke. Yeah, running trash bags of that green, whipping fast, the whip color of cocaine. I'm independent, they independent to stop these dreams. On the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to flow. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can quote. They focus on the dollar, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new island every time I smoke. Regardless, ain't no way I'ma miss my target when I got it locked up in my scope.